To add a vendor for your expenses and ledger, begin at the expenses and ledger screen and choose Add Vendor at the top, the folder with the plus sign. First, fill in the vendor name. And then you wouldn't hide this account here because it's a brand new vendor, but you could choose to hide this if it's an existing vendor. Then you have whether you'd like to have this vendor available at all schools or limit its activity to the current school you're working in. If you choose all schools in the region, it means you can view this vendor's check activity, run reports, and issue checks to this vendor from any of your schools anywhere. And then next would be your account number with this vendor. If you need to issue this vendor a 1099 form at the end of the year, you'll need to put their tax ID number in this box. Most vendors don't get 1099s, but that's where you would put the tax ID number if you need it. Here you can put in any comment you'd like, but for example, a discount code might be applicable for this vendor, and then whatever their address is, go ahead and fill that in. Fill that. And if you know the website for your vendor, I suggest you go ahead and put it in there. And then any phone numbers. You might have an office number, and then perhaps a fax number. Later on, we'll be setting up a personal number for my account representative. If I had an alert for this vendor, say pay immediately or something like that, I could go ahead and put that in this alert box. Pay on time. That's a note to myself. And so now I've got the basic information here. Just click Save and Exit. This is the alert box right here. So we can see that when we highlight it. Next, we'll want to add a person, a contact person, if we have a specific contact person. So here I'm going to go ahead and add a new person. And this will be Edna Granger. She's female. I really don't have any other information here for her, except I do have her email address. And then I also have her work number. I'd like to put her work number in here because this is a direct number for her, so I can reach her direct. Exit. So now I've got her work number, I've got an email for her, and I can continue here. I can put in her title. She happens to be my account representative. Save that. And now I've got my account representative set up. If I had tracking items, I could add those here. If it's a 1099 vendor, you could select what 1099 category they fall in. You might have an on-account terms, or you might have net 30 or COD. This is perhaps a COD vendor. Save that, and then whatever tracking items you've attached to the vendor would be saved over here on the right. And that's how you set up a new vendor. If you need to edit a vendor, just locate the vendor in your vendor list by searching for them up here. You can type first letter of the vendor name to limit your list, or backspace that out and find your vendor. Then click on the Edit Vendor box at the top, the folder there. This is where you can come back if you need to hide this vendor. They're no longer a vendor you're using, but you want to keep them in the system. Click Hide Vendor here, or change whatever alerts or other information that you need to change, and then save it as needed. And that's how to add or edit a vendor in Expenses and Ledger for Procare.